Is it just me? Or does episode 6 already feel like the one that's going to break us? After everything that went down in episode 5, the awkward silences, the emotional distance, the hidden pain, it finally feels like we're heading toward a moment where no one can pretend anymore. Belly's smile is starting to crack, Conrad's mask is slipping, and Jeremiah's confidence? It's quietly crumbling. This isn't just another beach day or volleyball match. This episode could change the entire future of Belly's love life. Taylor's lie, Conrad's truth, and Jeremiah's fear. Everything is on the edge. So let's break down exactly what episode 6 might be setting us up for, because something big is coming, and we can all feel it. Episode 6 might open with sunshine and laughter, the usual cousins' beach charm, but under that brightness, there's tension simmering. The annual volleyball fundraiser might seem like a fun group event, but this time, it carries a different weight. Belly's decision to join, and to take it so seriously, isn't just about a game. It's about distraction, about control, maybe even about proving something to herself. After all, when your heart feels messy, throwing yourself into something competitive and structured can feel like a lifeline. But what Belly doesn't expect is how this lighthearted game will unravel so many hidden emotions. The fact that she recruits Taylor as her partner speaks volumes. Their bond has always been strong, but lately, it's been tested. And when Taylor fakes an injury just to sneak Jeremiah onto the team, it's more than just a silly lie. It's a betrayal. Not dramatic at first glance, but it plants a seed of doubt. Who is Taylor really supporting here? Belly or Jeremiah? This one move shifts everything, and the emotional ripple effects will be hard to ignore. Jeremiah, always the golden retriever in Belly's world, is starting to feel the pressure mount. He's in love, he's engaged, and on paper, everything should be perfect. But it's not. Belly's smiles don't always reach her eyes, her touches linger but feel distant, and worst of all, she's starting to look distracted when he speaks. As they play side by side in the tournament, Jeremiah isn't just trying to win a game, he's fighting to keep Belly's attention, to hold on to the version of their relationship he's built in his head. And even though he doesn't say it out loud, he senses it, something's slipping. Then there's Conrad, always quiet, always watching. This time, he's not on the sidelines just to sulk, he's avoiding more than just Belly. In a quiet preview moment, we saw him out on the boat with Cleveland. And something about that shot felt final. As if Conrad knows he can't keep burying his grief, his regrets, his truth. He's been carrying pain in silence for so long, and now it's bubbling to the surface. There's only so long someone can pretend they're okay before something cracks. Could that boat ride be the moment Conrad finally stops running? Could it be the first time he truly lets someone see his wounds? The emotional weight isn't just falling on the main triangle. Stephen is still recovering from his crash, both physically and emotionally. His rebound relationship with Taylor is turning into something complicated, something that looks like healing on the outside, but feels fragile underneath. Taylor's loyalty is stretched thin between her current boyfriend, her best friend, and the guy she once felt something for. No one's saying it out loud, but the cracks are showing. What happens when she can't balance everyone's expectations anymore? And then there's Belly, stuck in the center of it all. Her engagement ring sparkles, but her heart flickers in a different direction. When she walks into that fundraiser, wearing a dress that looks more bridal than casual, it's not just fashion, it's symbolism. She's stepping into a future that's already starting to feel like a costume. She's saying yes to Jeremiah in public, but deep down, there's a quiet voice asking, what if this isn't real? What if this is fear? What if I'm not ready? Episode 6 seems designed to tip everything over. The love triangle that once felt playful is now heavy. The promises that once felt romantic now feel rushed. And the people who once knew each other so well are beginning to realize they've all changed. And maybe, just maybe, love isn't enough to keep everything from falling apart. If you're the kind of fan who catches on to the subtle looks, the accidental glances, the lyrics in the background songs, then you already know what's coming. This episode won't scream the truth, it'll whisper it, in glances, in silences. in the way Belly looks at Conrad when she thinks no one is watching. And when the game ends and the crowd goes home and the sun starts to set over Cousins Beach, someone's heart will be heavier than ever. The question is, whose? The volleyball game isn't just a match anymore. It's becoming a mirror. Every serve, every bump, every fake smile across the net is revealing something deeper, something raw. What started as a playful fundraiser is quickly becoming a high-stakes emotional showdown. The crowd may be cheering, but for Belly, Jeremiah, and Conrad, this is turning into a battlefield of unspoken feelings, old wounds, and silent betrayals. And right in the middle of it is Taylor, whose small, seemingly harmless lie, that fake injury, is setting a quiet fire no one sees coming until it's too late. Taylor's decision to bow out and let Jeremiah step in felt like support in the moment, but now it's shifting the entire tone of the game. Belly notices it, not just the lie itself, but what it represents. Taylor knew how much this game meant to her. She knew Belly wanted to play hard, to win, to distract herself. And yet, Taylor made a choice. She didn't stand beside her best friend. She stepped aside. For Jeremiah. That stings. And while Belly doesn't say anything at first, her face says enough. It's not rage, it's not jealousy, it's disappointment. A subtle crack in the foundation of a friendship that once felt unbreakable. Jeremiah, on the other hand, is just happy to be by Belly's side. On the surface. But deep down, there's a storm brewing. He's not stupid. He sees the way Belly keeps glancing across the court. He hears the silence in her laughter, the tension in her breath when she catches sight of Conrad watching from the sidelines. And while he's trying to brush it off, trying to stay upbeat and hopeful, there's a voice in his head whispering, "She's pulling away." And you can feel it. Jeremiah's the kind of guy who lives on warmth and attention. When that fades, even a little, he feels it like a punch. And right now, Belly's love feels quiet, unsteady, not like it used to be. Meanwhile, Conrad keeps his distance, always the observer. But his silence is starting to speak louder than words. Earlier, on that boat with Cleveland, something shifted in him. He thought he could keep hiding, his grief, his regret, his feelings for Belly. But the more he watches from the sidelines, the more it eats at him. There's a shot of him, quiet, still, jaw clenched, eyes fixed on Belly. And for a second, you can see it. The pain, the longing, the regret. Not just for what they lost, but for everything he never said. That boat ride didn't fix him. It cracked him open. And now, all the emotions he's worked so hard to bury are starting to rise. He remembers the little things. The junior mint polar bear she gave him as a joke when they were kids. The red and blue bracelets. The late-night walks. The almost moments. And the worst part? Belly remembers too. The way she reacts when she sees Conrad isn't just discomfort. It's recognition. Emotional muscle memory. She's trying to fight it. For Jeremiah, for herself. But it's there. It always has been. And while all of that brews silently, the crowd cheers. The game is close. Tied, maybe. Tension high. Then something small, but meaningful, happens. Maybe Belly and Jeremiah high-five, and she pulls her hand away too fast. Maybe he reaches for her waist and she flinches, not out of fear, but from the weight of it all. It's these tiny, blink-and-you-miss-it moments that expose the truth. That this engagement, it's not built on fire anymore. It's built on fear, on trying to keep things from falling apart. And then there's Steven, still on the fringes of the chaos. He's watching Taylor more than the game, and he notices something that makes his stomach twist. Taylor's not watching him. She's watching Belly. Every time Belly seems shaken or distracted, Taylor is hyper-focused. Not on Steven, not on the game, but on her best friend. And suddenly, Steven's starting to wonder, is Taylor still in this for me? Or is she just trying to keep Belly from falling apart? That doubt settles in him like an anchor. Heavy, uncomfortable, real. As the game ends, win or lose, it's clear nothing is the same. Belly feels hollow. Taylor looks guilty. Jeremiah looks exhausted. Conrad looks like he's ready to say something he's held in for way too long. And in that in-between moment, where the crowd is clapping and people are gathering snacks and wiping sweat off their foreheads, there's a heaviness that lingers, as if something just happened that no one can name, but everyone can feel. Belly walks away from the court alone. She's holding her water bottle, her breath shaky. Her ring feels heavier than usual. She glances back once, not at Jeremiah, at Conrad. And for a split second, they lock eyes. It's not romantic. It's not angry. It's knowing, like two people standing on the edge of something they can't ignore any longer. And somewhere nearby, Taylor gets a text. She looks at it. Her face falls. She turns and walks away, quickly, brushing past Stephen. No explanation, just gone. Stephen calls her name. She doesn't turn around. The storm isn't coming. It's already here. The volleyball fundraiser is over. People are laughing again, grabbing drinks, posting stories, acting like everything's back to normal. But for the core group, Belly, Jeremiah, Conrad, Taylor, and Stephen, nothing feels normal. There's something different in the air now, something off, like the smiles are forced, the words feel careful, and even though no one said it aloud yet, everyone knows something unspoken just shifted. Belly stands at the edge of the boardwalk, eyes on the ocean. She's holding the engagement ring between two fingers, not wearing it, just holding it. That alone says everything. She should be glowing, happy, planning her future. But right now she looks lost, not just in thought but in identity. This isn't the girl who used to believe in fairy tale endings. This is someone trying to figure out whether she's made a huge mistake, whether the version of happiness she's chasing is even hers, or just something she's clinging to out of fear. Behind her, Jeremiah watches. He doesn't interrupt. He doesn't speak. Because he knows. Whatever she's feeling, it's about him. And that silence between them is louder than any argument. Earlier in the game, he had hope. Hope that being part of something fun, competitive, public would remind Belly why they're together, that maybe she'd laugh like she used to. But she didn't. And now, watching her avoid his gaze, Jeremiah feels it in his gut. He's losing her, and he doesn't know how to stop it. Elsewhere, Conrad is pacing. He's alone, phone in hand, not calling anyone. Just staring at the screen, thumb hovering over Belly's contact. He keeps thinking about what Cleveland said on the boat, about not wasting time, about speaking truths before it's too late. And for once, Conrad feels like he's ready. Not for drama, not to win her back, but to tell her the truth. Not just that he still loves her, but why he pushed her away, why he wore his pain like armor. Because if he doesn't say it now, he might never get another chance. And then there's Taylor, somewhere between guilt and confusion. She knows what she did wasn't a big deal on the surface. Faking an injury isn't life or death, but it wasn't about the injury. It was about trust. And she betrayed Belly's, not because she meant to hurt her, but because she thought she was helping Jeremiah. Now she realizes she might have hurt them both. The text she got earlier, it was from Stephen, short, cold. "We need to talk." And suddenly, her heart feels heavy too, because she's realizing that in trying to be everything for everyone, she's becoming nothing to anyone. Stephen, meanwhile, is sitting on the hood of a car, jaw clenched, heart pounding. He's not mad that Taylor walked off. He's mad that it feels so familiar, like everyone he cares about is drifting away, one by one. First Belly, then Taylor. Even Jeremiah feels like a stranger sometimes. And as much as Stephen tries to play it cool, pretend he's above all the emotional drama, he's not. He's breaking too, quietly, slowly, in a way no one's really noticing. The sun starts to set, people begin packing up. But for Belly, this isn't the end of a day. It's the beginning of a question she can't keep running from. What if this engagement is a mistake? Not because Jeremiah is bad or unkind, but because deep down, she's still looking for something she hasn't found. Or maybe, something she already found and let go. That's when Conrad walks over. No one else is around. It's just the two of them. Belly doesn't turn, but she knows it's him. She always knows. He stands beside her, not too close, but close enough. For a moment, neither speaks. The waves crash in the distance. Somewhere behind them, someone laughs. A seagull calls overhead. But it's like they're in their own world. Finally, Conrad says something. Soft, low, honest. I never stopped thinking about you. Belly closes her eyes, just for a second, because those words, simple as they are, hit her like a wave. Not because they're shocking, but because they're true. And she knows it. She always has. Before anything else can be said, Jeremiah appears. He saw them, not from far away. Close enough, long enough. He doesn't yell, doesn't cry, just stands there, looking at both of them. And in his eyes there's no anger, just devastation. The kind that comes from finally realizing the truth you've been denying for too long. Taylor's not there. Steven's not there. It's just the three of them now. The triangle, exposed, vulnerable, cracked, wide open, and in that moment, everyone knows. This story is no longer about what happened last summer. It's about what happens now. Jeremiah doesn't say anything. He just stands there, watching Belly and Conrad in a silence so sharp it cuts. You can almost feel the weight in his chest, the lump rising in his throat. This isn't just about jealousy or love. It's about truth. And for the first time, Jeremiah sees it. Plain, raw, and unfiltered. That look in Belly's eyes when she sees Conrad? It was never his. It never belonged to him. And no matter how hard he's tried to earn it, to deserve it, to fight for it, it was never going to be his to hold. Belly turns, stunned, caught in the collision of everything she's been trying to avoid. She doesn't run after Jeremiah. She doesn't explain. Because what is there to say? The truth has already spoken for itself, and sometimes silence is the loudest answer of all. Her heart is a mess, split between what's safe and what's real, between the life she thought she wanted and the love she never truly let go of. Jeremiah walks away, but not in anger. He walks away with a kind of quiet acceptance, the kind that only comes when you've loved someone so deeply that you were willing to pretend. Pretend they felt the same. Pretend forever was possible. But he knows now. Belly might have said yes with her words, but her heart never stopped whispering Conrad's name. And this isn't just devastating for him. It's heartbreaking for Belly too. Because letting Jeremiah go means letting go of the version of herself that believed she could choose comfort over chaos, that she could settle her feelings into something neat and predictable. But love doesn't work like that. Not in Cousins Beach, not in real life. It's messy, painful, and sometimes you don't even get to choose who your heart holds on to. Later that night, Belly sits on the porch alone. The party's over, the noise is gone, and all that's left is the sound of the ocean and her own thoughts, crashing harder than the waves. The engagement ring is off. It's sitting beside her on the wooden rail, cold under the moonlight. It's strange how something so small can hold so much weight. How something meant to symbolize love now feels like a burden. Conrad steps onto the porch, slowly, unsure if he should. But she doesn't stop him. He sits next to her, careful, like the quiet boy he's always been with her. He doesn't push, doesn't ask questions. He just exists beside her in that silence. And for a moment, that's enough. Then she finally speaks. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It's not a confession. It's not a plea. It's a crack, one that's been forming for episodes, maybe even seasons. Belly has been trying to be everything for everyone. For her mom, for Jeremiah, for herself. But now, with everything stripped away, she's just a girl on a porch, lost in the weight of her own choices. Conrad looks at her, not with pity, but with understanding. Because he's been lost too. And in that moment, they're not exes, they're not rivals, They're just two people who have always found each other when it mattered the most. He leans back, eyes on the stars. I think you've always known what you're doing. You just stopped trusting yourself. That hits Belly in a place she wasn't ready for, because it's true. She knew, deep down, she always has. The way she felt around Conrad, challenged, safe, seen. The way her world tilted just a little differently when he was near. But she buried it, pushed it away, tried to make something easier work. And now, here she is, with all the hard feelings laid bare. Back at the beach, Taylor finds Steven sitting alone. She's been crying. He's been quiet. And when their eyes meet, there's a kind of softness that wasn't there before. Neither of them says much. Because the truth is, they've both been circling around each other for weeks, trying to figure out what they are. But maybe that's not the question anymore. Maybe it's about what they want to be, apart or together. And in that silent understanding, there's a sense that they're about to either break or begin again. The episode could end with one last moment, a simple one. Belly walking down the beach in the early hours of the morning, barefoot, hair windswept, ring left behind. She pauses near the volleyball court, now empty. The net sways gently in the breeze. The sand still holds footprints from the chaos of the day. She breathes in deep, as if letting go. Of the fear, of the pretending, of the version of herself she no longer wants to be. And then, just as the sun begins to rise, a voice calls out, soft, but certain. Hey. She turns. It's Conrad. Not dramatic, not desperate, just there. Present. The way she's always needed him to be. She doesn't smile. She doesn't cry. She just walks toward him. And for the first time in what feels like forever, it doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels like the beginning. Thank you.